Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tia, and today's video is going to be another tag video. Yes. I wanted to do this tag a couple of weeks ago, and just with so much stuff going on, I didn't get a chance to do it. So now I am, and yeah, I'm so excited, y'all. I really do love to do tags. Now, this tag was done by my buddy. Her YouTube channel is 75150day. Her name is Kim, but her YouTube channel is 75150day day, all together. So she actually did this video about a month ago, but I just saw it a couple weeks ago, and like I said, I'm late, so I said, well, I want to do this tag so bad. So y'all, this is the tag. It's called the first ever tag, and this tag has it has 23 questions, but they're short answers, so hopefully the video won't be too long, and if it is, you know what I tell y'all, I can talk. Alright y'all, so first ever tag. Question number 1, do you still talk to your first love? Yeah, I still do. We actually live in the same city as of right now, so I talk to him somewhat often. Yeah, he's still a good friend to me, so I do still talk to him. Number 2, what was your first alcoholic drink? Okay, first alcoholic drink, it was a wine cooler, and it was made by Bartles and James. It was a strawberry daiquiri. That was my first alcoholic drink. Number 3, what was your first job? This is easy. I worked at McDonald's, being a cashier. That was my first job. I really loved it. It was hard work, but I loved it. Number 4, what was your first car? Toyota Corolla. And that's the only car I've ever had. I've only had 2 cars in my life. I had that car for a couple years, and I've had the one I've had now for, yeah, over 10 years. So they've both been Toyota Corollas. At the time when I got that car, it was like 10 years old. But it was still a nice car. Okay, number 5, who was the first person to text you today? That would be my friend Lori. She usually texts me before anyone does. So Lori was the first person to text me today. Number 6, who was the first person you thought of this morning? My husband. He was the first person. Number 7, who was your first grade teacher? Yeah, y'all, I remember this because I'm old as hell, but I remember. Her name was Mrs. Salnick, and I'm sorry, I didn't really like her. She was kind of mean. She used to, if you was a bad kid or you didn't do what she wanted you to do, she would squeeze your cheeks so hard, and she used to squeeze my cheeks and make me cry, y'all. So I didn't like her for that reason. Other than that, she was a nice teacher, but she did that too much. And back then, you could touch kids like that. It wasn't no big deal. Number 8, where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? Okay, Kim, you need to get on a plane, girl, and stop being so scared. You gotta get rid of your phobia. Now, here's the answer to this question. I've only been on an airplane once. It was a male friend of mine. He lived in Atlanta, and he knew I had never been to Atlanta before, and offered to fly me up there. So I went, my first time, the only time, to Atlanta, Georgia. And what was so bad was I went in 2002, and that was just 1 month shy of a year of the 2001 World Trade Center attack. So everybody was still scared, everybody was still on edge. That was my first time flying and everything, but it was nice. I had a nice trip. I sat way in the back, so I kind of felt like I was like this, like I was in a slanted position when I was on the airplane. So I don't know if that's how you feel when you're on the back of a plane or not, but that's how I felt. But I enjoyed it going and coming. So that was my first and only trip to Atlanta, Georgia. Number 9, who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? Okay, my first best friend, her name was Wanda, and yeah, we still talk. We don't talk as much, even when we live in the same city, because she kind of does her own thing and I kind of do mine, but But yeah, we still talk from time to time. I'm really more closer to her mom than anything. But yeah, we do still talk. Okay, number 10. Where was your first sleepover? Okay, this was when I was about maybe, I want to say 8 years old. And I was in the Girl Scouts back then for like about 3 years. I think 7, 8, 9 years old. And this girl named Tiffany, she actually had a sleepover at her house. It wasn't through Girl Scouts, it was just her friends. So I went over then, stayed one night. It was kind of cool, you know. Slept in sleeping bags and, you know, had cake and ice cream and talked about different things. That's the only sleepover I've ever had. So that was that. Her name was Tiffany at her house. Okay, number 11. Who was the first person you talked to today? That would be my husband, Joe. Number 12. Whose wedding were you in the first time? Okay. Again, I was only in one wedding. I was 8 years old, and it was a friend of the family. It was like my grandmother's, her best friend's daughter was getting married. And this was in the 80s, like 83, and I was actually in her wedding. So it was really nice. And then when I got married, she was in my wedding, so it was pretty cool. Number 14. What was the first concert you ever... No, I'm sorry, y'all. Number 13, see? What was the first thing you did this morning? Okay, besides waking up, the next thing I usually do is look to see what time it is, and then I get up and go to the bathroom. Okay, number 14. What was the first concert you ever went to? Y'all, I ain't never been to no concert. Now, if you want to count grad night as a concert, then that's the first concert I ever went to, but I don't consider that no concert, so I've never been. Always wanted to go, never really been to a full-fledged concert. Okay, number 15. First broken bone. Never had any. 0. Not 1, not 2, 0. No broken bones. Knock on wood. Number 16. What was your first piercing? Okay, I got my ears pierced, and you can probably see. I actually got my ears pierced twice. This I got pierced when I was 10, and then the second one I think I was 13. And that's the only piercings I have on my body, y'all. No extra piercings. Number 17. First foreign country you've gone to. Come on now, y'all. I wish. I ain't never been to no foreign country. I've barely been out of the state that I live in. And the state behind that. I've only been to a couple places in my whole life. So I've never been to a foreign country. I would love to go. I am somewhat like a traveling person, so I always wanted to travel. I just never had the opportunity. So hopefully before I get really old or before I do die, I will get a chance to go and travel around the world as well as going to a foreign country. Okay, number 18. First movie you remember seeing. Okay, honestly, the first movie I remember seeing was the movie Fantasia. Because I think that came out when I was about 5. And that's the first movie I remember seeing. Okay, number 19. When was your first detention? Y'all, I've never had detention ever in my life. I was so lucky. Never had detention. Okay, number 20. See, this is going pretty fast. Number 20. Who was your first roommate? Okay, y'all. I never had a roommate ever in my life. I lived with my parents until I was grown, and then I moved out on my own for a little while, moved back in with my parents for a little while, and then I got married. So, and when I lived on my own, I didn't have a roommate. I just lived by myself, so no roommates. Number 21. If you had one wish, what would it be? If I had one wish. Y'all remember that by Ray J? Okay. This is my wish. I know it's going to sound a little selfish, but if I had one wish, I would wish that I would be rich, where I wouldn't have to never work again, and I could live on the money that I have until I die. I would be able to take care of my money. I wouldn't spend it lavishly. I wouldn't be broke. So as long as I got enough money to survive until I was able to shut my eyes, that's my wish. I wish I had enough money where I didn't have to work again. I could be financially independent. Number 22. What is something you would learn if you had the chance? Honestly, I kind of wish I learned how to ski. That might be a little dangerous, but I wish I could. That's something I wish I could do. I know a lot of black people don't ski, but that's something I always wish I could do. That and roller skate backwards. That's two for me, but I know how to roller skate, but I don't know how to roller skate backwards at all. If I did, I would trip and fall all over myself. So skiing and then roller skating backwards. Now, number 23, last question. What were the first lessons you ever took? Now, the first lesson I remember taking was learning how to swim. And y'all, it did not go well at all. I still don't know how to swim. That's okay. I think when I tried to learn, I was too young and too scared and too timid. I think I was about 8. And at that age, I was just scared to try anything where it was just too daring. I wish I would have learned how to swim, but that age at that time wasn't the right time for me. And everybody, that's the end of the questions. That's all 23 of them. Let's see. Okay. See? I did pretty good. Alright, y'all. So that's the end of the tag questions. Now, I'm going to put the questions below. And just as I said before in my previous tag videos, if you like this tag and you would like to do so, then please do the tag. And if you do it because of me, let me know so that I can watch your video, okay? I look forward to seeing people who would do this tag that I have done. Alright, everybody, so that's it. So I hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good night, depending on when you're watching this video. Thanks for watching. You take care, and I hope to see you soon, okay? Alright, everybody. Out there, take care and see you soon. Alright, bye.